It's exactly the same thing that we did in our subfloor, okay? It's just done with a lot less space and a lot more organization. So we have an output here, and then in our case, we know that this output is gonna be 580, okay? And then we have a merger and an input from the next input. Okay, this is set up so that right takes everything and it overflows forward. So we know that at this point, that's gonna be 200. Then 580 will come in, making this 780, right there. And then we'll be able to go out again to the next blueprint. That'll eat 580 out of the 780. It'll be 200. We bring it in, right, and blah, 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 all the way down the line. It's the same crap. My name is Ken, and in this episode, we continue to build out our Star Wars inspired water packaging factory. This is part 1 of episode 31, edited from VOD 31, and a link to episode 1 is in the description. I've shown you how a belt compressor works when I needed full belts from partially full belts. Now, I'm going to show you a decompressor for when you need the opposite. There's a lot to hook up, so let's get started. Welcome to Livestream and VOD 31. This is where we're at, right in front of us. This is our modular factory construction using blueprints. And we have a big chunk of it done. And we're gonna work on getting that completed as much as we can over the next 8 hours tonight. Part 1 will be 4 hours and part 2 will be another 4 hours roughly. So we'll see what we can get done. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. This is what we got. And I'm actually I love this network of catwalks. We're a little dark here. Let's turn this on. That's another thing we gotta get done today. We got to get these lights in, right? We're going to get some lights up here on this tall ceiling. One thing I think, let's do it. We're doing a quick little tour. Basically, just really quickly, we have 4 groups, right? We have 4 train lines. We have 4 groups, and those trains need a certain amount of water bottles, and that happens with 14 of these groups, or 14s of these blueprints. Okay, well, I have them labeled, right? A14. There's A1. Okay, A goes down there and comes back. Okay, this is group A. Okay, group B is mirrored over here, the other 14, and then C is these 14 right in this row. And so we have 3 out of the 4 groups on this floor. And then, I mean, actually, group A happens to be the yellow lights there because I have power turned on to them and hooked up to them. So now let's run over and take a look at our floor that we're working on for group D. And D is we've got a logistics floor here, and then D is gonna come in on this floor. And this will be the next 14, or the last 14. And then up there, we're gonna put the industrial fluid storages that are gonna be our gravity-fed liquid or water for all of these blueprints and machines. So that's kind of what we have going, and we're just gonna see how well we can do. Now, one thing I was not happy with last stream is this got really messy in here. It was kind of a perfect storm of a bunch of stuff. We kind of ran out of space because the blueprint that we needed was only left us with this much, you know, even though I gave us like a crap ton of floor space, right? I gave us all of this, and then we ended up in a portion of it only having like this much space. So it caused kind of we got jammed up in here. Now, I'm not gonna redo it, okay? But I learned kind of, we have a unique problem here, okay? This input for the empty canisters, okay, this is the empty canister input for our blueprint up above. what we need, it needs to be full. Okay, a full well, it's not full. It needs to be full, but it's not 780, it's 580. Okay, it's going to be eating 580. But where the canisters come in right here is full 780 belts. So we have 10 780 belts, okay, that need to be fed into 14. Remember, there's 14 in each section. 14 580 inputs. Okay. And so what I've done is here's the first 780. It goes in here, smart splitter. Okay, it fills up into the very first blueprint. Okay, great. Well, that means that left over in this belt is 280 because 580 is being eaten up there. Okay, well, 280 ain't gonna fly for the next one because it needs 580. And so that means we have to like fill in with the next 780 belt of canisters right here. We have to fill it in, okay? And then it just kind of cascades that, right? It fills in and then it empties out 580 and then there's 200 left and then it fills in and then now we have 780 and then it empties out 580 and then it fills in, right? And it goes all the way down, right? And so then we have this kind of like sort of cascading, inputs, right? Well, building this by hand was a pain in the ass. It took forever. It's messy. It's big. I didn't like necessarily the outcome. It definitely doesn't look good. It took a lot of space. And most importantly, okay, we have to do this 3 more times. And you know me. Now, come on, let's do it together, guys. What did I use to fix this problem? I know that you can figure this out. Come on, how did I solve this problem? I built a blueprint. Actually, I built 3. So between our, let me find, I need a lot of open space. Let's go up. Let's use this space up that we, to demonstrate before we build, it turned into a factory floor. Okay, so we talked about in last VOD taking not full belts and compressing them down to 780 full belts. That's this blueprint that we built, right? This guy right here, okay? We built him and we've used him. Well, there's 4 of him and we need him because it takes the 580 water bottles per line that come out of one of each 14 blueprints that we made, and it jams them down into 780 water bottles per minute so they can be loaded on the train. We need the reverse now, okay? Because we're getting empty canisters that come off the train at 780, but they need to go into the blueprints at 580. It's literally the exact opposite. And I figured since the one direction is a compressor, then this direction is a decompressor. So let me show you what I built. And this is basically exactly what I have on that other floor. It just was big and bulky, okay? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? While I talk about this, I didn't label this, I didn't finish it. So we're gonna kind of, it's built, he's ready to rock. I just want to kind of, every time, I just freaking love that sound. All I want to really quickly do is throw some labels on here so that it's easier to see what's happening. And then we'll save it, and then we'll do the same to the medium, to the mid, and the end. And then by the time we're done, we'll have a really good understanding of how this works. And you don't have to watch me build it and design it and test it for 2 hours. I've already done that. All I need to do is label it. So really quickly, these are all inputs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they basically get jammed in to this line. And this line is gonna have all the outputs. It's exactly the same thing that we did in our subfloor. Okay, it's just done with a lot less space and a lot more organization. Okay, so we have an output here, and then in our case, we know that this output is going to be 580. Okay, and then we have a merger and an input from the next input. Okay, this is set up so that right takes everything and it overflows forward. So we know that at this point, that's going to be 200. Then 580 will come in, making this 780 right there. And then we'll be able to go out again to the next blueprint. That'll eat 580 out of the 780. It'll be 200. We bring it in, right, and blah, 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 all the way down the line. It's the same crap. So I just want to get, nope, that's not an output. That's a merger. I just want to get these labels in so that we don't have to stop and think and remember how this works and stuff. I just want the labels. Okay, I think that's good enough. So that I can know what the hell is going on. All right. So this is the first blueprint. And now let's go ahead and load up. That's start. Let's go ahead and load mid. All right, now we don't have any more inputs. Basically, this continues the line or the idea, but we do have outputs that we need to be labeled. So I don't think there's any more inputs at all. Now, the other thing is that we need this exact same setup, not just on this factory. We're gonna need this same setup in reverse where we're taking all of these water bottles with the trains. All right, so really, technically, they need to just jam in there right next to each other. But I mean, you could provide some space, right? They're just gonna be, we just gotta connect them with belts. Basically, all of these need to be connected. I ran out of power. All right, so that's mid. Okay. And now we just need the final piece of the puzzle, which is end. And then similarly, we need to make these. All right, so these two have to be built, right? That one and that one. Now, I could put an end on this, an end piece to cap this off, right? But I could also build another start. We don't really have the room, but right, and I could just make, I could make it go forever, right? And then I could do 2 mids, right? And then I could do a bunch of ends. Anyway, we don't need that though, so I'm not going to, but I'm just saying that this, I tried to think of this design so that it would work for more than just 580 out of here, right? Like what if only 200 is coming out of here instead of 580? You need it to be kind of longer, if that makes sense. I'm about done sort of demonstrating this because we're gonna be using this. Oh, and these 2 pieces, they just have to be connected. We actually, so this is 8 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We actually need 10, right? So we're probably gonna build a little makeshift add-on. I could do the giant blueprints, but we're just gonna by hand add on kind of a little bit more of this pyramid. Honestly, I think we are ready to do all of these hookups because the machines are in. These machines are in. Okay. And I think what I want to do first is actually the canisters, because we're gonna do the canisters on the ground. So it's gonna be a little funky. We've already done group A. That's what all this is. And it was kind of janky, but we were learning. And now we're gonna do the other three, and the other three are gonna look a lot better. Okay, so what's first? We need to put in a ton of floor holes. And we need to put in the floor holes here. So we're gonna floor hole. And then we're gonna input. And I think I'm just gonna go row to row and see if we can just knock these out. So we're just putting in these hookups so that we know where this stuff is gonna go. I think these hookups are in. Yeah, okay. Perfect, this was A. These are all in. Did I do this whole row already? Going fast. I think we have to do this other half of row. So those are the outputs, right? Those are the water bottles themselves. We'll do those afterwards. But I gotta do these. Where do we stop? Stop right here. I really want to get all of this, the machines in and all of the logistics done today. I would really love to actually start running the water, like the inputs. And when I said logistics, I meant everything but the water. Like, I definitely want to see if we can do that. Okay, that's done. So we should have all, what, 14 times 3 floor holes in. Okay, there should be 14 starting here, 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then those are the same 6 plus 7, 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. Okay, great. That's the first 14. The second 14 starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we should have, that's the first 7. And then the second 7 should start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. So those are the 28 floor holes that we need to stick all of this into. Now, let's decide. And I think I already know what I want to do. I want to do some cool stuff. So, yeah, we got to get water bottles and empty canisters through this floor, up through here. 10 going up and 14 coming down. And I'm thinking that we lean into it and we make this really cool. Yes, we're going to. And I think it requires a little bit of planning. Oh no, he's too short. Not good. Okay, all right. Then this is why we're here, Meg. So if we cut it in half, what did I say? I said 14 and 10, so that would be 17. 4, 6. All right, that looks a little imperfect. Let's go ahead and extend this down. Then we'll just do this way. And we'll just do that for now, but I might change it. Okay, so that should be 17. I'm wrong. I made a mistake. I did too many. It's not 17. I'm dumb. It's 12. Okay, because it's 10 and 14, which is 24 divided by 2 is 12. Yeah, I have 5 too many here. I counted the 10 twice. It's a good start, boys. All right, let's do first 5. We'll do first 5 and then second 7. And then first 5 and second 7. And, okay, what directions do they need to go? Okay, this is right. These are the canisters. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we reverse. And this is gonna be the water bottles. Canisters up, water bottles down. All right, let's get these in. And then as long as I start at the top, it should auto fix the direction for me. As soon as it's done, I'll show you guys why we needed to do this right now. And it doesn't really matter, right? Because like we have to do it, so. And the reason really is because I needed to, oh my God, I gotta do it again. I needed to figure out, no, we don't. Yeah, okay. I needed to figure out which bank is going to that higher floor. Okay, so, and it's definitely gonna be this one because I made the cascading, like, I need a hole. Here's a hole. You know, I made the cascading wall of goodies on this side. And so it makes the most sense that this bank is gonna go up. So let's go ahead and put in all of these. You know, because we already did the water bottles, right? Those are the ones going on along the floor, and the canisters are gonna go straight up. Okay, cool, that one's done. And we did this row last time, so we just have one more row, and then we're on to the next problem. This bank here of 10 is gonna go to this set of 14. Okay, remember we have A, B, C, and then those take us to D. So this one is gonna go to B, and B is very much this way. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. So this is the end, okay? And there's 10. So that means there's 8 from here forward. And remember, there's 8 inputs here. So really, this guy goes in right there. Boom, that's the first one. And then that's the second one. I think this is the spot. Okay. I'm already liking this a lot better than this haphazard garbage that we did last time. Let's just go ahead and take him right up there. Before we put an end, let's make sure this is going to work. In reality, this guy should go here. What are we gonna? He's gonna clip inside himself is what's gonna happen. Okay, and then copy, paste, paste, paste. All right, well, that one got a little funky, but I think he's okay. That's it. Let's connect the two of them together. Great. Now we just gotta put the end on. Okay. Yeah, those are done. Now, so now what are we gonna do? I think we are gonna we're gonna start hooking them up. So we need 14. Make sure we have 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, of course, we only have 13. So we have to add one off the end here. I mean, because of course it has to be that way, right? Put this merger here. Copy, paste. Okay, and then I think this last merger, he can do this. We just needed to add one more row. All right, I already put his in. And now I think just a bunch of freaking mergers. Okay. All right, and now all we got to do is run those 14 outputs to these 14 inputs. The real trick is going to be the height. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yeah. But I don't want to be crappy. I swear that wire is giving me so many problems. Okay, there's one. And then I think we went down 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull all those down. And remember, every time we do one of these hookups, we're actually connecting 10 packagers, right? Because each blueprint, this is an input for 10 packagers. So that's the modular part of this. Basically, all of these lifts are built, and then all of these lifts are built. Now we just have to connect them in a way that doesn't make the more OCD of you want to shut off my channel. I think we can do that. One, 2, 3. He might go in. Or it's gonna be, yeah, it's off by 1. Look at that. So lame. Bad luck. Okay, that works. So this one, I don't want to clip through this. So we're gonna turn. 1, 2, and then. All right, and then I want to make it in the middle. So right there is good. And then he's gonna be here. He's gonna be in the middle there. And here. So I think right here. Is that right? Yeah, looks good. I want to say here. Was I right? I was right. By the way, I would not be able to do this without nudge. Well, there'd be a way to do it. It just I'd have to do it a different way. Yeah, buddy. There's actually a really nice symmetry to it. Yeah, it looks better. And now what are we gonna do? We gotta change these last 3. So this hookup took like an hour and a half the last time I did it. And we knocked this out in like 15 minutes. I am not somebody that worries too much about whether or not if you can or can't, like floating. These floating things, I'm okay with them floating. I mostly don't want them in my way. Cool. Now let's hook up B, which B's water bottles. We just hooked up B's nuts. we just hooked up B's empty canisters, right? Let's hook up the water bottles. So let's place these. Okay. Let's get down there. Now these, I think the only room I have left is to hug these directly to the ceiling. Where do these have to go? Yeesh. Ooh. I think there's one. Okay, good, there isn't. Oh, and then what did we say? We were gonna make these keep track, right? We're gonna make these water bottles, or these blue. Ugh. I just hate that I'm out of space, like always. I swear, it doesn't matter how much space you plan, Satisfactory finds a way to suck it from you. Yeah, our space is being taken up by these. Let's move these. We can make things a little bit better for ourselves. All right, so there is a hair more space for us to work with. We have to fit the 28 inputs into these, not 28, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14. Why is there 15? Okay, we don't. Okay, yeah. It's coming back to me. And then just one here. Let me think. Because what if, and I think I'm going to, I take this one and I bring it around this way. Okay? That means there's room above this one to come in and be fed into here. And then maybe there's room above this one to be come in and fed into there. Okay, that makes sense to me. So maybe we can do that and we can reclaim our space back. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and build out. It's 14. Let's build it out. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. So this should work. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Okay, so we just need a tighter version. That's all. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, he clips through the wall, but he doesn't come out the other side. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna poke through. Ooh. Okay. We made it. Okay, that's in. Now, the whole point of this was to see if there was a way to make ourselves not so crazy, give ourselves a little bit more space. $12. Okay, and I just bring them in and then turn them. I mean, I could then turn them again, and then I do the same thing over here. Ugh, really grinds my gears. The irony is I don't need a lot of this stuff in here. Don't need any of this. Hope I'm not making a dire mistake. Nope, we don't need it. This is the last thing we need. This is the only reason we need this floor, right? Is this input. Yeah, this is the solution. I've got it. This input right here. Hey, it's the only thing we really need on this floor. And he gets dealt with. Okay? And then that's it. None of the rest of this stuff is here. This is all if we needed more, but we don't. Okay, so if I clear this out, I can use this space to bring the belts through. So I don't have to jam them in that tiny little space above the flooring. I mean, technically, we don't need any of these either, right? Because these are all hooked up. They're good. Because now that we've got this out of the way, we can put our belts through here instead of having to go over the top. I shouldn't have. I don't know. There's like, when I over prepare, I get screwed. When I under prepare, I get screwed. There's no winning. It's just that one. Yeah, that one. And then he goes down through there, and that's all we need. We don't need any of this. Don't delete that other stuff. That would be horrifying. Then Boris would really have something to complain about. Guys would get to see Kin angry. It'll probably happen. Like legitimate rage. It can happen. It has been known to happen. That video will definitely get demonetized. Okay, we have a lot of space now. We should have had it the whole time. I was just being stupid. Shocker. So now what we can do, these are done. I'm not gonna mess with that one, right? Like, he's good. We'll hook up here. Okay. Be fine. Now, what I'm thinking is we could turn these around. All right, and then these four are weird because this is the only place that is blocked with stuff. So let's see if I can do what we did last time. Oh, I know. We have this empty spot here. Ooh, yes. I wonder if I should make... Yeah. Okay. I gotta redo this. So I'm gonna make this blank spot feed these, and that blank spot feed those, instead of that one feeding that one. Let's see, that one's handled. Oh, he never got handled. I wonder. Yeah, I'm just kind of one short. That makes sense. How? Okay, I'm just gonna go up with him. We'll go two up high. That one and that one. Okay, I think I actually finally have this figured out. I have all the inputs freaking finally in order. Okay, so here's one of the banks. Uh-oh, I missed that hookup. There. Okay, so there's one. There's two. And there's three. But we do have to cheat a little bit. I wonder, instead of going up, we just... Yeah. What if we just take the third height? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Right, because we got 1, and then 2, and then 3. So I'll just swoop in here and take the third one. Yeah. Okay, good. Instead of going over the top. All right. This is coming together. There we go. All right, no clipping. See? I did it. Now, which ones are we gonna hook up first? We're gonna hook up this one first. We've got to gather all 14 of them and then stick them in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. Those are our 14, and we've got plenty of space to do it. I mean, he could come to the ground. Guess we just handle these one at a time. He's the last one, right? Yeah. We come up here. He is B8, right? And he's A1. Okay, so he's the last one, or the first one. All right. Actually, I wonder if I should have... I'm going to have to redo that, because I'm probably going to take all of these down. Yeah. And then what we'll do is... There's going to be 8 of these. So we'll probably have a bank of... Let's see. Yeah, we can't fit them all that way, so we'll probably do something like this. Right, and then we just gotta... move in the 8, right there. There's our 8. We just gotta take those, move them into there. So he's just gonna have to clip. No, he's not. I just gotta reverse them. Try to be smart here. This is the upper. I don't know why it took me so long to realize what I was doing was stupid. Christmas miracle. Okay, now we know. The first one is the higher one. And that's this one. You think this is bad? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you've probably seen the underflooring of the starter factory. Let's go ahead and mark these blue. These are gonna have water bottles on them. The ones that I'm leaving gray, like all these over here, those are gonna have empty packages on them. So I'm leaving them gray. Using so many all-clad aluminum sheets, I'm kind of shocked I still have this many in my inventory. Well, I guess it makes sense because it took me so long to... Oh no, I know why. Because I deleted all of those ones inside the blueprint. I gained a bunch back. Okay, we just got to have one more column here. Should be 2. Please tell me there's 2. Okay, good. One, 2. You know, I always have such high, like, expectations of what I want to get done. And then it doesn't happen. Also pretty much par for the course in everyday life. I mean, this is the stuff that really makes, like, a mega factory challenging, right? The massive scale of the logistics. Okay, we've got our bank filled. Now, I want to just go ahead and keep them tight. Gonna go there. Or I guess if we do it the same way we did it, it would go 1, 2, it'd go there. That should go right into... No! Really? Yeah, and then... I did it wrong again. Not wrong, I just made the turn locked in a different spot. But it's not worth changing. It's the same thing. Okay. Nice. Now let's just make these blue. Okay. We have to hook these up too. Let's just do that real quick while we're here. Okay, now we just gotta plug it in, plug it in. Okay. Those are all done. And those are done. And those go all the way back. Okay, great. What do we need? We need the 6 that start right here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take them out to here. All right. Okay, now all we got to do is get. Oh my God, but all right, see those 6 belts? We got to hook them up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do I want to do? Do I want to just run them across the ceiling and then run them here and drop them down? Here to go. Let's see, what's the next one? Next one's on that seam of the foundation, this seam here. And then this one's going to be on the foundation seam. 1, 2. So we're going to have this bank to deal with. So I want to get these guys kind of out of the way as soon as possible. So what if we were to bring this over and make a turn? Okay, there's our 6, and there's our 6 there. But here's the deal. In this empty area, crap, we might want to just, no, it's going to be placed over there. It's just these belts. So we can't bring them on the ground. Where can we bring them? We can bring them down to this level. You chose this. You're doing this to yourself. Only an idiot commits to building a power plant with all the oil on the map and packaged water. And all of this is just to transport one item that we need for our power plant. Can we get you to click? You click there. All right, maybe this first one doesn't have a, and this one does. That's so disgusting. I can't play with it anymore. This is all this is all I have. I've given it all she's got. I can't hold up the factory. It's gross. It's gross. It's done though. Let's make it blue. All right, thanks for watching episode 31 part 1. So we hooked up a lot of the logistics. We have about half of our logistics hooked up, but we figured out a method. We figured out the process. We've got the weird stuff done. Now we've just got to finish hooking it up. We're going to work on that in episode 31 part 2 next. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could give me a like on the way out, that would be great. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time.